Hey there, it's Mario here. In this video, I want to talk to you about mental toughness. How do you become mentally tougher? How do you build up mental toughness? Why is this so important? Well, you're watching this video right now, me here, we're comfy. We're pretty comfortable. We live comfortable lives. Most of our desires get fulfilled. I feel a little bit hungry right now. Just go to your fridge, grab some really tasty food. Or just go to a 7-Eleven, spend a couple of bucks to get some awesome food. You want to take a vacation off work? You probably can do that. You can just take a week off work. If you want to go somewhere, you can just drive there. You can call an Uber, call a taxi, or let's say your air conditioning is a little bit off and you're feeling a little bit chilly. You can just set it up to a little bit warmer and all of a sudden the problem is solved. We live pretty comfortable lives. There's a roof above our heads, there's no rain coming down, wild animals are not going to eat you. You're pretty much protected around that unless you're in a savannah right now watching this on your smartphone. In that case, if you have a hungry lion next to you, I don't recommend doing that. So you should definitely pause the video and deal with that first. But more or less, we're pretty safe. We're pretty comfortable on our day-to-day, at least, environment. So what is that doing to us? And that's something we want to ask ourselves. We as a species, we've evolved to handle discomfort. We've evolved to adapt to discomfort by becoming stronger. But what happens if there's no discomfort? What is happening then? Well, the opposite thing is happening. We're practicing weakness. So you are practicing weakness or you're practicing toughness. And this is why if you meet someone who actually went through a lot of shit through their lives, to say it like that, they're probably very tough. They probably had to deal with a lot of nonsense, a lot of things life threw at them, made them tougher, made them stronger. And that's why these people are often more successful. Alternatively, if you met someone who's never had any issues in their life, just everything is sliding smooth, everything was handled, that person is probably not very tough. That person probably can't deal with their Uber being 2 minutes late or their data on their phone expiring. They're just freaking the fuck out because all of a sudden that things aren't going as planned. Things are becoming a little bit more uncomfortable. And which one are you? Are you training yourself? Are you practicing weakness or are you practicing toughness? That's something I ask myself. Am I practicing my toughness? How much am I practicing my toughness? What am I doing in a day to become tougher? Because it is a skill, it is a muscle, and it is something that you have to invest in. Because if you stop investing in it, you either use it or lose it. That's the way human brains work. If you don't use a certain skill, you're gonna lose it. Maybe you can build up to it a lot easier if you once had it, but for the most part, you're gonna lose that damn skill if you don't invest in it. So what are some of the things that I do to make myself a little bit tougher? So what are some of the tactics that you can do if you feel like you're becoming a little bit weak? If you feel like you just can't handle all these things, that you just get thrown out of the center balance, if you get thrown out of being grounded, something happens that shouldn't affect you a lot, but all of a sudden you feel like you're emotionally affected by it a lot more than you would want to. So what can you do? Well, one simple thing, you can take a cold shower. In the morning, you wake up, after brushing your teeth, just jump in, take a 2-minute cold shower. What's that gonna do? Well, without even going into some health benefits or hormesis benefits of that, it's gonna make you tougher. It's uncomfortable. It's not easy to jump into a cold shower. It is hard at the beginning. You just jump in there and you're scared of that little stupid shower. Imagine a human being that had so much evolutionary pressure put on you and you dealt with so much, your ancestors survived so much, you can't even survive a little bit of cold water. Think about that a little bit. That's one thing. Second thing, what can you do? Try fasting a little bit. If you feel like you're becoming a little bit more food obsessed, you enjoy food a little bit too much, try fasting. You don't have to avoid all food for, let's say, a whole day or two. Try something like intermittent fasting. Try something like an 8-hour window where you just get to eat, let's say, 2-3 meals, and then for the other time of the day you have to fast. There's no food. Just try it out. You will see, if you're used to eating 5-6 times a day, you're gonna notice some differences. You're gonna notice your body starting to crave because the desire is no longer being fulfilled. Or try something like a protein sparing modified fast day. 1 day of the week, eat 1,000 calories. Just protein and veggies. See how that works. See how much uncomfortable that is. See how tougher that is making you. Additionally, try fasting from technology. Try a Facebook fast. Try avoiding technology. If your job is linked to your technology, if your work is literally dependent on being on social media, you can set up a time block, let's say in a day, and you're blocked from Facebook or Instagram and all social media until like 6 p.m. for example. Just that, you will not believe how uncomfortable that is. And I've noticed when I do that, I've noticed how much emotionally dependent I've become on social media, how much dependent in general I've become on all those dopamine hits that I've been getting. And it's incredible. I'm like, why is this having so much power over me? Why is this affecting me so much? It shouldn't be happening. My ancestors would be laughing at me right now, looking at this app that I've just opened up. I don't even know why it happened because it's just a habit. All of a sudden I'm looking at my phone. I don't even know why. It's just a habit. And I managed to cut it out. And the only way I've managed to really train myself to become a little bit tougher is doing these deprivation periods. You know, if you don't have a job linked to social media, you can just say 2 weeks, I'm just gonna do, let's say, half of the week with social media, half of the week without social media. You know, pick something that you can sustain to. Additionally, maybe you wanna try this out. Once a month, try for a couple of days eating a very, very, very bland diet. So just, let's say, an example, boiled chicken breast and boiled potato. Just that, no salt, no spices, nothing, just that for a couple of days. Or just try to, let's say, eat only raw vegetables, boil like just pure white rice and just boiled eggs. That's it, that's what you get. No salt, no spices, no salsa, no ketchup, nothing. Just a very, very bland, kind of a taste reset thing, and you're gonna notice how much discomfort that suddenly gives you. You know, you're just looking forward for all those days that you're gonna get that food that you miss now. And it's kind of sad that we're getting all these stimulants right now. We're not even aware of those stimulants until we deprive ourselves of these certain things. And this is just an example. You know, if you're, let's say, addicted to alcohol like I was, you know, try a no booze challenge for a week or try to go out a couple of times without alcohol. You're gonna notice how much power that thing has over you. If you're smoking, for example, which is something that literally, if you care about your health, I mean, it's literally killing you right now. It's killing you if you're smoking. Try not smoking for a week. You know, just try it out. See how much power that cigarette has over you. See how much power that alcohol has over you. And that's one thing that you start to realize is that you're being controlled by all these external elements. So you're losing that groundedness, you're losing that self-trust, and you're just making yourself weaker. You're practicing weakness. So one thing I want to leave you with here in this video is that just think about a little bit, become mindful, do a self-analysis a little bit of your day and see which things are you doing in a day that are making you tougher, and which things are you doing that are making you a little bit weaker. And actually, I want to hear from you in the comments below. Share with me one thing that you think is making you tougher. What is making you tougher in your day? Just looking at your 24 hours, what are some of the things that you're doing consistently? Just give me one thing that is making you mentally tougher. So share in the comments below. Let me see what you guys are up to. Aside from that, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, make sure to hit that subscribe button below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.